Hello, good afternoon. I'm so inspired by the Spirit of God to share this short Bible verse with you. This will be my ever first time of posting a video like this. And I'm so inspired. Let me just go ahead and read from what I'm having within. Genesis chapter 31 from verse 1 going. Jacob heard that Laban's sons were saying, Jacob has taken everything our father owned and has gained all his wealth from what belongs to our father. And Jacob noticed that Laban's attitude towards him was not what he had been. Then the Lord said to Jacob, Go back to the land of your fathers and your relatives, and I will be with you. So Jacob sent word to Rahel and Leah to come out to the field where his flock were. He said to them, I see that your father's attitude towards me is not what it was before, but the God of my father has been with me. You know that I have worked for your father with all my strength. Yet your father has cheated me by changing my wages 10 times. However, God has not allowed him to harm me. If he said, the speckled ones will be your wages, then all the flocks give birth to speckled young. And if he said, the streaked ones will be your wages, then all the flock bore streaked young. So God has taken away your father's livestock and has given them to me. What I'm trying to let you know is that, God blesses. And there are God's three perfect wills. Pastor Chris always share with us. He says God's good will, God's acceptable will, and God's perfect will. Now I want you to notice what is being said there. When Jacob said that your father has changed my wages 10 times, I believe strongly that sometimes if you want to see God's greater blessings for your life, I don't think it's a salary working or a salary work that will grant you that kind of blessing. Because once a time, I was a salary worker and I was praying strongly for an increase in my salary. But the Lord opened my eyes to certain things. He says, it's not that I have not answered your prayers. But sometimes, when God answers your prayers to your boss, and even blesses you because of you, your boss might think that you're not worthy for the salary. He thinks that, what is it that you have done that you deserve that salary? Probably, even when he was at that age, he was not having or he was not being paid that kind of money. So why should he give it to you? I'm talking to someone who have been working for somebody faithfully, and yet you don't see the hand of God. You don't see the blessing of God. I'm calling you, come out. Trust in God. Put your trust in God and come out. He will never fail you. I have been there. This is my testimony. And I'm sharing with you. I've worked for 15 years. Yes, nothing seems to be happening. I put my trust in God and I came out. I tell you the truth. God has been faithful. I remember before I was trying to get a different job. My job that I'm in right now, there are also challenges. But I tell you, God has been faithful. Now I'm starting my business and God has been faithful. God has been so faithful. I believe God's perfect plan for everyone. In what I heard the Spirit of God telling me is that when you start your own business, you open gates for God to bless you. When you start your own business, you open your arms for God to bless you. Because sometimes your employee might receive God's voice, but yet he thinks you don't deserve it. That is why I'm speaking to someone who has been working for so long, for so years, yet you don't see the hand of God. When I changed my work, the next work that I entered, God's blessing has been so great upon me. My boss, because not all boss hear God's voices, but this particular one that I have has God's heart upon his heart. Amazingly, Even as I work under her, He has also given money to me to start my own business. This has to be the hand of God. My point is that if you are in a place where you are working and there has been so much challenges, but yet you don't know what to do, I'm calling you to take a step of faith. Pray, God will show you what to do. But don't be in that place where your salary has been changed 10 times, where you have worked with all your strength, you have been faithful, yet your boss think you don't deserve it. God has spoken to people to bless you, but yet they don't think you don't deserve it. When you start a business, you open your hands to God. You open gates for God to bless you directly. That one, He don't need to send anybody the money. All that He needs to do is to send more customers, send you more opportunities, send you more contracts. I think this is the God's perfect will for every Christian, to start a business, that God can bless you directly. Not when you are under a salary. And if your boss is not spiritual, like my current boss, I'm telling you, you will suffer. And you might not ever see the hand of God. You will suffer for nothing, especially if your boss is not an unbeliever. Because sometimes some bosses are so cruel. In as much as some workers too are also cruel. But I'm talking to that faithful servant whom you have worked for so long, but yet you don't see the hand of God. I challenge you today, come out and start your business and see the hand of God. I say to you, this is my testimony, and I encourage you, take a leap of faith. God has never failed me ever since I took this step of faith. And He has been faithful. He picked me from one boss to the other. And this second boss that I have has been so much blessings to me. You know, I can't say how much enough blessing she has been to me. Giving me enough capacity to do more for the kingdom of God. Giving me capital to start my own business. I challenge you today, come out. God will take care of you. Don't blame your boss. I say blame yourself because you're not taking a step of faith enough to believe in God that God will take care of you when you come out. You think that is your last stop. That is not your last stop. When you come out, you will see God is your last stop. And you will enjoy the prosperity of God like never before. Then you open God to your business by tithing too. And you see the hand of God. I say to you, come out. Trust in God. Put your faith in God and come out. Come out. I say to you, come out. You will see the hand of God. God bless you and enjoy your day. I love you.